recording in the group once we are done. And we are going to prepare for the new trading week. And this new trading week is going to be very interesting, very exciting. And we are going to be looking at a few markets to begin the week. And also keep in mind, we are going to be doing a lot of chatting in the group, a lot of sharing of chats, sharing of screens, and all of that. And if you have any questions at any point in time, do not hesitate to ask in the group. Ask all your questions in the group, right? So we can all learn from one another. So to begin the week, I'm just quickly going to go through these markets and see how they are setting up for the new week. So let's go on to the MT4 and see how GJ, GU, and USDs look like to begin the week and what we can expect from them to begin the week. So as I'm going through these charts, keep in mind, this is not just for you to be able to have something to trade, but also try to soak in the knowledge that comes with it, right? So breaking down this market, doing all this analysis comes with a lot of application of what I already know, right? So you should open your mind to learn something in the process, and that is very important. So the first one I'm quickly going to go over is GJ. And when I look at GJ, the first thing I want to do is look at it from the high time frame. In trading, there is something we call top-down analysis. There is something that we call top-down. So at any point in time you want to trade, you always need to apply your top-down. You always begin from the high time frame. So when you know exactly what is going on from the high time frame, you can project a lot of pips into the future and then break it down to the small time frame and find ways to get in line with that momentum you've projected, right? So on the high time frame on the GG charts, this is simply what we have on the high time frame. And anytime you pull up a chart, the first thing you want to do is look out for the trend. The trend tells you where the momentum is headed. The trend tells you where the momentum is headed. So on this daily time frame, what I see on this daily time frame is an indication for a bullish trend. So to simply put, we have something like this. In BV, when you have something like this, we call this 2S1PV. When you see something like this indicates a bullish trend. So we have something like this, which indicates a bullish trend. And from what we have over here, price has created a new high, and it simply means there is some possibilities for some correction. So when you have a high which has been created, you should be looking out for a possible correction. So anytime price moves, it creates highs and lows. So right now we can see that price has created a new high, and from this new high, there is potentials for corrections. There are potentials for corrections, something like this. So looking at this, having this in mind, we can break it down to the small time frame, the H4 and the H1, and then use that to break it all the way down to the smaller moves. And I just realized this is the H1 chart. I need to go all the way up to the daily. My bad. Just realized that was the H1 chart all along. So this is my daily time frame here. This is my daily chart. So on the daily chart, what do I have here? I have what looks like a bullish trend. The daily charts, the daily trend here does not look so perfect. It does not look so perfect. However, this remains a bullish trend, and the key levels we should be interested in from this daily charts, the key levels we are looking out for this. Let me mark it up. We have a level right here. And now we have something like this. Something is going on like this on this chart. To keep it very simple, right? We have something like this happening in this chart. Something like this. So there is a lot of bullish activities going on in this market. A lot of bullish activities. And I'm forced to look at the weekly. The weekly, this is also what we have. We have a bullish trend on the weekly chart. So looking at this bullish trend, there is a lot of bullish momentum in this market. Keep in mind, the H1 chart I talked about is also definitely a bullish trend. So all the trends says bullish. The weekly, the daily, the H4, everything says bullish. So from the H4 chart, this is what we have here. So to make it very easy, we are going to pay attention to the H1 chart. So the H1 chart here, this is what we have. We have this bullish trend, and on this bullish trend, this is simply what we have our highs on these moves. This is the bullish trend we have highs on right here. The price is doing moves like this. So from what we have here, price has created a new high, and from this new high, there is possibilities for a correction. There is possibility for a correction. So this is the new high which has been created, and we are going to keep our eyes on this very high. If we have entry confirmations, we know what to expect in this market. But I'm also going to break it further to look at what we should be looking out for, and we are going to keep our eyes on the charts together for when price print what we need to see, and then we'll react accordingly. So let me go back to the daily. I'm looking for a previous key level to see some confirmations on the chart. So the previous key level in this case, you can see here price is reacting to a level from way back, right? From way back. This is a level from 2014, right? 2014. Price has not been at this level since 2014. So right now here on the H1, what we can see here is price has created a new high. And since this is definitely a bullish trend, we can just look out for possible correction. That is the only thing we can do right here. We can look out for a possible correction, and extra confirmation would be something that is going on here. Price gave us a very clean triple bottom. We have we had a neckline somewhere around there, and then price continued bullish. We have something like this. So when you see something like this also is an indication that price is going bullish. There's a lot of bullish activities in this market, and there is potentials for a short-term short. So this, in this case, we should be looking forward to a possible short to begin the week. A possible short opportunity to begin the week. And in this case, also, this becomes our entry level for as long as this high, this is the highest high over here. This here is the highest high. So for as long as that level here does not break, this looks really good for some shorts. We are looking for short for as long as this zone does not break. So what you may do right now is to mark up this very zone on your H1 charts, and we are going to keep our eyes for what price is going to show us inside of this zone for our entries. So we are looking for entries anywhere inside of this zone. And when you run your when you apply your crosshair, we have very good risk to reward in this case. TP1 here is about 90 pips, and TP2, which is down here, is around 150 pips. So there is a lot of, we have a very good risk to reward in this case. So this is a very good setup. And your risks in this case, you have about 30 pips, 40 pips stop loss, and your TP here is about 90 pips or 150 pips. So this looks very good. So mark out this very zone on your chart, and we are going to be looking out for possible entries from this very inside of this very zone. So we may break this to the M30, the M15, just to find extra confirmation to pick our entries. So on the M15 here, what we see here is a double top. Price is showing us a possible double top market pattern. So if all things lines up and market opens, we have good confirmations. We should know anywhere inside of this zone, we are good to go for an entry. We are good to go for an entry. So let's keep our eyes on that very zone, and then we are going to follow up on the charts when the market opens. So that is GJ, very easy to understand. Very easy to understand, and keep your eyes on that zone, and we are going to follow up on that. So the next market on the list, which is GU, let's look at what GU is doing also. So GU, always you begin from the daily chart. So the daily chart, how does it look? We have this also has been a bullish trend on the daily chart. Lots of bullish activities in this case. Lots of bullish activities. And the first thing we notice here is we have a good daily level at this very high. We have a very good daily level at that very high. And the next daily level is somewhere around this low here. Yeah, this would be a very good daily level in my books, this level down here. So I have these two key levels marked out, and which means everything else I need to do would be on the smaller time frame. So I'm going to look at the H1. The H1 is a very good time frame for day trading. If you're a day trader, you cannot ignore your H1 chart. You cannot ignore your H1 chart. It is a very good time frame for day trading. But let me quickly take a glance at H4. On the H4, this is what we have on the H4. And what you would notice in this case is price is giving us a bullish trend on the H4. Price is giving us a bullish trend on the H4. And on this bullish trend, this is what we have here. Price has been making these kind of moves for some time. We have something like this on the H4. And you would notice what's happened at this very low. This low here has not been fully broken, but on the H1, there are extra confirmations, and we are going to pay more attention to the H1 charts. We are going to watch the H1 charts to get more and more confirmations on this market. So H4 can be a little not so clean, but the H1, we have more confirmations that makes it even easier. So this is the H1 here. And now what we see here on the H1 is a very clean bullish trend. So this is a lot easier to see. Price has been moving bullish for quite some time. We've had moves like these. Highs and lows have been created for a long time. We can see all of these levels have been respected. So we have very good bullish trend, which has happened, continued for quite some time. And then price has created a new high. We can see this previous high was broken and price is trapping the early sellers right here. However, there is a good possibility for some shorts. There is a good possibility for some shorts because we can see how price has been creating rejections from this very high. And this very high lines perfectly with the daily high. Remember, this zone on this chart, the yellow zone, is from the daily. It's a daily key level. And right now we can see we have a lot of rejections being printed at that very yellow zone. You can see from inside of this box, we have a lot of pin bars, a lot of bearish candlesticks right there. So this is also giving us extra confirmation for a possible short to begin the week. For possible shorts to begin the week, we have something like this, right? We are looking at potential shorts to begin the week. We have our first TP would definitely be somewhere around here, and the second TP would be somewhere around here. And the first TP is based on the next key level on the way down, which is these two levels. The first key level on the way down is right here. The second key level on the way down is right to this level here. So TP1, TP2 on GU, this is what we should pay attention to. TP1 here is about 120 pips, and TP2 is about 140 pips. So the main reason this level here, in case you are wondering why this level here is not a TP level, is because this level here is not a good level for a correction, right? If you run your fibs, this level here would be less than 23.6, which is not a good correctional level. So we need a good correction in this case. So a good correction should come down here at least. So this here would be around 61.8. So let's run our fibs. So just like I said, this level here is 23.6. 23.6 here is not a good level for correction, right? So the next one, which is 50. 50 is a good level for correction. 382 is a good level for correction, likewise 618. So we have our target right at the 50. So 50 is the first TP, and the second TP is at this very level here. This very level here should be 78.6. This level here should be 78.6. I'm yet to add it to my fibs. So that is really how we are taking profit on these markets. For as long as this high does not break, we have a very good entry level in this case. Very good price also for an entry, for as long as this very zone here does not break. So let's watch out. This the H1 looks very clean. Some of this market, the H4 may not look so clean, but right now the H1, like I told you, if you're a day trader, you need to watch out for your H1 a lot. These days, the H1 looks very clean for most of the market. So we have a lot of confirmations on the H1, very clean bullish trend. And keep in mind, the daily level, which is the yellow line from this high, still holding. So the daily level is being tested, and this also remains a possible double top confirmation from the daily high. These two highs, possible double top confirmations from the daily level, which means we may have some short and long-term short coming in these markets. We may have a very long-term short happening for some time in these markets. And the H1 is giving us a very good way to get involved ahead of time. So this is how the GU H1 looks like. I think this looks very good for me. And you may not need to really trade all of these markets at one time, right? You may just have to pick out the ones which looks very good for you, and then you run with it. So I'll be looking at, personally, I'll be looking at GU to begin the week, and then we'll see how the rest of the market lines up. So let's watch out for that very level. It looks so great. So from this level here, you may break it down to the low time frame to also give you extra confirmation for your entries. So the low time frame here, this is what I have. These are the confirmations I have. So when the market opens, we may have some extra confirmations, possibly some market patterns or some rejections from this high, and then we can watch out for some shorts. So let's keep our eyes open, and then let's watch out for that high, possible short to begin the week on GU. And the next one we are going to look at quickly, which is AUD USD. So AUD USD, this is what we have on the H1, but let's look at the daily. Let's see the daily, let's see the levels that is being tested. So daily chart, this is what we have. The first thing you would notice is there is a key level here, a daily key level from that high, which is being tested in the next daily key level, which is this ultimate high. We have this ultimate high also. So these are key levels from the daily charts. And the daily here is a downtrend. So we have a very good downtrend on the daily time frame. We have something like this going on. So when you see something like this, you are able to get your daily key levels so easy. So easy. And when you also break it down all the way to your H4, your H4, your H1, you can find extra confirmations to help you with your trades. So on the H4 here, this is what we have on the H4. So what trend do we have on the H4? We have what looks like a downtrend, right? Like I told you, the H4 for a lot of this market are not so clean. So this definitely looks like a downtrend on the H4, right? Looking at how price has moved from this part, from this previous daily high, price has gone bearish over time. So this is definitely a downtrend, and then price created a new low, and we have on this correction. But on the H1, I believe we can find better confirmation in this market. So the H1, what do we have? We have this trend. So look at this. We have this very cute trend on the H1, which also has created a new high to a daily high. So price is doing something like this. We have moves like this on the H1, and price is creating a new high. So in this case, we're simply going to wait for some good confirmations. Price is creating a new high, which means we may expect some correction. So the good thing here is price is testing a daily key level. A daily key level here is being tested, which means from anywhere inside of that zone, we may have some very good shorts setting up for the week to begin the week. So This looks very good. We may have some good shots in this case. The TPs in this case here, you may have your first TP here if you're looking for a fast exit, and the second TP down here. So these two levels are good places. You may have your exits in this market. But personally for me, I would like to see my TP hits this level, my price hits this very level down here. So from this high, if you have entry confirmations, your first TP here is about 50 pips. Your second TP here is about 100 pips. But I'll be looking forward to these 100 pips, this very TP down here. And what really matters right now is having a lot of patience, a lot of patience, because this high price needs to give us some good entry confirmation inside of this zone, and we can take positions in this trade. So the trend here is a bullish trend on the H1, and price is testing a key level. This yellow zone is a daily key level. So price is testing that daily key level, and from that daily key level, we should look out for some confirmations for short, because on the H1, price has created a new high. So when a new high is created, price gives us an opportunity for correction. So all that matters right now is getting a good entry confirmations, and we are good to go. So that is AUD USD. That is really everything on AUD USD. The H1 is the best time frame to keep your eyes on for now. It looks so clean and so easy to understand. Bullish trend, like I said, anytime price moves on highs and lows. So when the high is created, price goes on to create a low. So price has created this high, and we are looking forward to getting a low. That is simply the concept of this. And the more details in this case is that price has given us a confirmation with this daily high, which is being tested. The daily high from the daily time frame, this daily high is being tested. So that is an extra confirmation for us. Daily high key level here is being tested, right? That is an extra confirmation for us. So we're looking forward to some potential short in that case. Potential short in that case. So that is AUD USD, very clean market on the H1. So let's keep our eyes on AUD USD as well. And the next one I'll go over, which is USD JPY UJ. And what do we have on UJ? So this is UJ, and what do we have on UJ? Okay, I'll be so straightforward on UJ. UJ right now does not look so clean, and it's gonna take some time for these to fully set up. So this we are going to come back to UJ sometime during the week, but right now it's in the middle of the move. It's in a no man's land, so it's not at a place where we can look for a trade. So we have to wait and come back to UJ during the week. So right now I'm just looking out for trades, for opportunities we can use to start the week. So GU has some good confirmations. AU also looks good. GJ looks good. UJ, we are going to come back when it looks good. It is not ready just yet. So let's delete UJ for now. And we are going to look at USD CAD. These are some of the moves I believe we can use to start the trading week. So USD CAD, this is what we have. This is one of the trades from the past week I gave out on the channel, on the public channel. So this trade here actually looks very good. There is a lot of confirmation on this trade. I never got a chance to really break this down on a video towards the end of the past week, but I believe you guys would be getting this breakdown now. So on the daily time frame, we have very good confirmations on the daily time frame. We can see the black line on the chart. This black line represents a daily key level. So this is a daily key level right here, which is being tested. We have a very good daily key level, which is being tested. And when you also break it down to the 4-hour chart, what do we have on the H4 chart? We have this. So price was giving us a possible bullish trend right here. We had something like this last week. Price gave us something like this last week, and then we had this double top confirmation, and then price came, all the way down. When price came all the way down, you would notice price broke this key level here. And after the break of this key level, price is setting up for a very, very interesting move. This is a lot of drop right here. So anytime price makes a significant push like this, you should expect some significant pullbacks or corrections. So this is a very significant push which has happened, and it is just very normal to expect some correction based on this move. And the good thing here also is that price right now is testing a daily key level. This is a lot of drop. This whole move here is a lot of drop, which requires some kind of corrections. And also, we have a very good daily key level, the black line, which is being tested. So there is some kind of force down here. There are forces down here that is most likely going to compel this market to go bullish. So we have a very good place to look out for a trade in this market. So let's go down to the H1 chart. On the H1, what do we have? The H1 here, we have this. You would see a very good confirmation on the H1 here. We have this very good looking triple bottom. This is the H1, and we have this very good looking triple bottom. So look at what price has done here. And from the confirmations I gave out on the public channel, I told you for as long as this black line does not break, this bullish opportunity in this market remains very solid, remains very good. I said all this from last week, and nothing has changed. Everything remains the same because this low has not been broken. And actually, I have a trade open in this market from the weekend, from the end of the week, the end of the past week, which I have not closed out my positions. And I'm looking forward to price continuing bullish because there is a lot of confirmations in this market. And this, like I told you, the entry confirmations here, it's simply this rejection pattern here, this triple bottom down here. So for as long as this low does not get broken, this black line here does not get broken to the downside, this trade remains a very good trade. So from this low, we can see we have confirmations. We have bullish engulfing candlesticks, which were printed a couple of times. So the confirmation remains to the top side. The first TP in this case is about 130 pips. That is a lot of profits over there. About 130 pips first TP, and the first TP is right here. This is our first TP right there. TP1 there, and TP2 is right here. So TP1, TP2, just like that. So if you close out from TP1, you have about 130 pips in the box. If you hold all the way to TP2, you have about 250 pips, 300 pips. So this is a very good trade, which also has a very good risk to reward. If you have your stop loss in this case about 30 pips, 40 pips, and you stand to gain all of these about 100 pips, 130 pips, or 200 pips. So there is a lot of gains, a lot of potentials in this market. And the most important thing is to wait for the right entry, get a good entry and apply your risk management, and you are good to go. Like I told you on the H1 here, on the H1 here, we have what looks like a possible bearish trend. Not so clean on the H1. The H4 in this case looks even better, like way, way better. We have very clean levels on the H4 here. But when you break it down to the H1, we have what looks like a very ugly bearish trend, very ugly bearish trend. So price is doing something like this on the H1. So this is really what is going on right now on the H1. So price has created this low, and we are looking for some corrections. And a good place for my TP in my case would be this high. First TP will be this high here. Second TP will be this second high. So TP1, TP2, this is how I would approach this trade. And my entry confirmations in this case, I told you I have entries already in this market, and I will send the charts to the group once I'm off this session. So I have entry from this low based on what price did over here. We have a very good, at the time I took my entry, we had just this double bottom. Price created this double bottom. I got into the trade from the M15, and then price went up and came back to fulfill this triple bottom. Anytime a double bottom fails, it becomes a triple bottoms by projection. So that is what happened right here. So the double bottom became a triple bottom, and then it remains very solid because the low has not been broken yet. So that is really all about the USD and the most important thing here now is to wait and then watch out for this low. For as long as the black line does not get broken, we have very good trade in this market. So that is UC USD and the last one I'll quickly see is Euro USD. I'm trying not to make this so long, so we are going to take a break very soon and then get back when the market opens or early tomorrow morning. But definitely you should pay a lot of attention to the group charts as we follow up on this market. So in this case here, this is the EU. So let's look at the H4. What do we have? This is the 4-hour charts. And the 4-hour chart here, this is what we have. So this right now, at the moment, this does not look very good for a trade that needs to be taken. This is not a trade I would give out for anyone to take right now. So it requires some patience, just as USD JPY. So the main focus here is to get trades which looks ready to go and then break them down, use them as case study for all the education we'll be doing on this session. So right now, EU is not ready to go. It's not at a good level for a trade to be taken on it. So we're just going to wait and come back when a good trade is ready on this market. So, however, on the daily time frame, as you can see here, I have my daily key levels on these markets. My daily key levels, which are this ultimate high and this ultimate low. These are the two very important daily key levels I have in this case. And someone else would also be looking at a level from this high. That also is a good level, but on the H4 here, the confirmation to get into this kind of trade is not ready. We do not have a very good confirmation to get into this kind of trade. So we just need to wait and come back when something really good lines up on this market. So all we can do for now is to watch out for these 4 markets have just gone over. GJ looks good, GU looks good, AU looks good, and USD looks good. One of the very important keys to successful trading is keeping your watch list minimal, right? You do not need to watch a lot of markets. There are a lot of charts, a lot of you would always find a lot of opportunities for trades in all of this market, but it becomes so difficult to keep your eyes on every single one of them. And when you try to follow up on a lot of them, usually you are going to miss out on most of the good moves that may happen. So we are simply going to keep our eyes on these 4 and then follow up on them. Like watch every single move they make. We are going to keep our eyes on it. This 4 looks good to begin the week, but definitely towards the middle of the week, I believe something else is going to set up, and then we can also look at it. And this live session probably every day, if you guys are cool with it, or probably every 2 days or 3 days, we can do that. I'm really fine with anyone. So if we are unable to meet on the live sessions, anyone who can join in, but definitely there will be recordings which I'll put out in the group for anyone who cannot make the live recording. So that'll be all for now in this case. If you have any questions, you can just ask your questions. You also need to ask questions if you have anything. This is the best time you can ask any questions while on the live session, so I can take your questions and address it for you the right way. And if there is no question, we simply wait for the markets to open, and then we'll do a lot of chatting in the group as we trade for the week. So for now, we keep our eyes on those 4 markets. So all the levels I've just marked out on those 4 markets, make sure you mark them out on the chart as well. And we keep our eyes on it. If price makes any move on them, you can send a screenshot of your charts to the group, and then you just check it out and talk about it and know what to do on them. So when this recording is done, it will be posted in the group, so you can also watch it once again and look at everything I've just talked about. Study, open your learning mind. Be sure to take out the knowledge, and then let's watch out for those key levels and see how we can make some money out of them. So that'll be everything on this first session, and we'll be hoping for some good actions in the market when the market opens. So any questions you may have, you can just use the Telegram chat. I would catch up with every question there. So let's keep it short. Let's keep it short for now. And we have a long way to go. We have a full month to go. So let's keep it short and straight to the point. That'll be all for now, and I'll see you again tomorrow, God willing.